feminism as a dismantling of patriarchy is not possible because you're appealing to the very thing you're trying to dismantle, always to dismantle it.
But it's also interesting because when I think about political movements throughout history in this country that have been super effective, they've done so through social organization, protests, political pressure, cultural influence, things that have nothing to do with force. Because like those are appealing to the government, the people in power.
And what does the government use?
The government has access to force, but these movements have still been successful.
Because men have allowed them to be. But in places where men don't allow them to be, they're not. Can I give you the entirety of the Middle East and Asia? What happens to your little political movements there?
Well, I'm talking about what
happens
in this country.
To your little political movements in Afghanistan? Right. To your little political movements with the holding of the little sign saying, I don't want to wear this really hot burqa in the 100-degree sun, and they come out and cut their head off? How do they do over there? They don't do so good. How come? Mm-hmm. It's because men allow you to keep those signs up. Men allow you to protest. Men are the ones who give the allowance for you to do anything on planet Earth. And my proof is half of planet Earth where men said, no, f*** that. And you know what women can do about it? Nothing. They can't do anything about it.
And today, on how sexism is only funny if it's about men, please see the following.
Under my leadership, women would not have to pay taxes. No, they wouldn't. You're a woman. No taxes for you. Everything is a tax write-off for you.
Oh, it gets better.
Next, tampons, free. Pads, free. Anything to do with menstrual cycle and pain is free.
And how are those going to be paid for? Oh, yeah, that's right. That half of the population that would be left paying taxes would be footing the bill for those.
Next, we are going to stop funding male medical research. No more of it. From now on, we are only doing studies and research for women, on women's health only. From here on out, thank you so much.
So half of the population is not deserving of medical research? Oh dear.
Next, all men must go to work under my leadership. Yes, you must. You must be at work. Providing for any woman and every woman in your life. It's a requirement under my leadership.
Yeah, no. There are those of us women out there that can actually take care of ourselves. Sorry that some don't fall into that category.
And finally, every man is guilty until proven innocent. That's just a quick little roundup under my leadership of what I'm aiming, okay? Thank you. This is the Simona Project.
I'm sure I'm not the only one who's wondering, who exactly is going to be enforcing this new sexist regime? I wonder if they thought that part through.
Pay attention to this video.
I don't think women are built to deal with men's emotions.
But I handle yours.
Sometimes.
Sometimes? What do you mean?
I'm not saying you don't listen. That's not what I'm saying. A man is very afraid to share all of his emotions with his wife because there is a cost to it.
How so? What
if
cost?
I tell you that I'm scared or I'm nervous or something in the business has me shook, in the moment you might be like, hey, that's okay. But deep down inside, there's a part of you that starts to feel unsafe. And that shows up in different ways. It'll start to show up in the lack of connection. It'll start to show up in going to old patterns because you're trying to protect yourself. Sometimes I'm afraid to tell you if there's financial issues or the business isn't running the way it could be, because if I create scarcity or fear in you, then I also have to clear that up. It creates more work for me.
Yeah.
So sometimes I would rather not say anything at all. And this is why so many men just choose not to talk.
Men commit differently than women. Men pick up the whole package. So they start by they're looking for a woman with complementary strength. They are looking for strength, and they see a woman that's really, really, really strong, but they don't need to be duplicated. And they don't want to be duplicated. They want to be admired for the ways that they're strong that you aren't. And the only reason they want to be admired by you is because they admire you. It's not because they think so little. We want to be admired by the people we admire. So men scan for complementary strength. It's in their nature. They do it all the time. We do it too for a different reason, but they do it. It's like they're always filling a team or looking for a partnership.
Tom Brady, you could have 100 Super Bowl rings. How do you manage to fumble Giselle?
Hi, Jordan here. So you're telling me Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, fumbled because Giselle cheated on him? And not only did she cheat on him, she cheated on him with a nobody, with a personal trainer. Banging the greatest quarterback of all time, banging your personal trainer. The math not math. Not to mention the drastic, change and downgrade of income you just did. You lost your child's father. A great father at that. He was kissing his kids on the lips, took them everywhere, and he took care of his kids. He takes care of his kids still. And you left all that to go bang your personal trainer. Not only that, do you think he can't get another Giselle? His old head coach, Bill Belichick, he's literally old as dust. He's coming cobwebs as we speak. And he has a 24-year-old model who looks better than Giselle. And you think Tom Brady cannot find?
But of course, they're not going to listen to that. It's the one. I mean, imagine having a Super Bowl champion, 7-time Super Bowl champion, and thinking that somehow this guy doesn't have any status. You can be as big as you want. There's not enough women out there that will leave this guy alone. Like, even you as a model, as Giselle, whatever you call it, you can walk away from him. There's still going to be women lining up, hitting his line, hitting his inbox. They were during your relationship, they were prior to your relationship, and they're definitely doing it after your relationship. Why do you think Tom Brady is going to be affected by you leaving?
If a man has no friends, pay attention. If a man has no friends or a very small circle, don't get it twisted. That is not a red flag. That's a man who has mastered himself. A man without friends or a very small circle is a very, very secure man. He's learned that quality matters more than quantity, and he doesn't need an audience to validate his worth. His confidence comes from inside, not from the approval of others. He's not afraid to be alone because he knows his own strength. He is very selective with his energy and who he lets into his life. That is a good quality to have. He walks away from drama and gossip because he has built a peaceful life for himself and does not want to let that go. He doesn't need to be surrounded by people to feel complete. He's comfortable, he's grounded, he's steady, and he doesn't waste time on meaningless relationships. He knows that what he wants, and he doesn't waste time with it. So if you come across a man with very few friends or a very small circle, don't underestimate him. That's not loneliness. That is discipline, and he knows peace. It's not isolation. That is self-mastery, and men like that, they're the hardest ones to replace.
I got to tell you, I gave Erica your number.
For what?
Because I guess she like you now, I want to talk to you. I mean, don't you like her?
No. I used to like her back in the day.
Okay, so what's the difference now?
Well, now she got kids.
Okay, what does that mean?
She didn't want to talk to me before she got kids. Why she want to talk to me now?
Oh, so you one of them type of dudes. Okay.
What type of dude is that?
The type of dude that ain't man enough to talk to a woman because they got kids.
Man enough?
Yes.
Well, first off, it has nothing to do with her having kids. It's why she has kids.
Oh. So just because we're not with our baby fathers, we don't deserve to be happy, huh?
We? What is
yes,
we?
Don't you got a nephew? Ain't I a single mother? Yeah, we.
First off, did I say all single moms? I don't think I said all single moms. I'm talking about a specific group of single moms.
Okay, baby, well, explain to me. I'm waiting to hear this.
Okay. So, you have women out here who, when they was younger, they had a certain type of guy. A certain type, whether he was a hood dude, street dude, gangster, whatever the case it was. She had a certain type of dude. Let that dude hurt her, cheat on her, all these things. And consistently got pregnant by these dudes, had they babies. Now, that guy that she overlooked when she was younger, the guy that wasn't good enough, wasn't acceptable when she was younger. Oh, now she wants that guy to be the guy to accept her for who she is now. Accept all her past issues, her being broken, her trust issues, her insecurities, and also trust and accept her kids and her. Nah, she'll be alright. Nah, she'll be cool. No, go back to your type. Your type got you. Your type got you. Don't expect the guy that Gene want to talk to be the guy to come save you. They ain't gonna like this one.
Any God who will lead me through my husband, I don't follow. Yeah, there are parts of the Bible I disagree with to the core. I do not see my husband as leader. He's a man who poops and pees, if he exists even. There is no leader in the marriage. Once there is a leader in something, there is no equality. And there is no, and mind you, they would twist doctrines. They would twist it, they would twist it, turn it, twist it, so that you don't feel unequal to a man, but you are. Once there is a leader, there is no longer equality. And you see that aspect of Christian marriage, I reject it. In fact, I reject the hierarchy in a Christian marriage. There is no hierarchy because there's no man above me. Well, except God. That my husband is my equal. We stand beside each other as equals in every sense, even in a spiritual sense. He will never have authority over me. Listen, I don't expect my husband to lead me because I myself am a complete, competent human being. I have a calling, I have thoughts, I have processes. He can lead his life, but he's not leading anybody. He's not leading me. He can influence our children because, even me, we will both as parents influence our children to be good people. But that is as far as his influence goes. Once it comes to me, there is no influence here. I stand as an independent being, and my autonomy will not be stolen from me in the form of submission.
I just had 5 grown-ass men walk by, grown-ass, able-bodied men walk by as I struggle to carry all of my and help this poor mother with 3 children carry her stroller down the stairs.
Well, contrary to what was written across that screen, I don't believe that there's anything at all wrong with most men. In fact, especially if a person pays attention to what some women post on social media, those gentlemen were doing exactly what a lot of those women have been asking men to do. Leave them alone. Don't approach them, and certainly don't talk to them. So why exactly would they be inclined to help some woman that they don't know, not knowing how exactly she's going to react to having those men approach her?
They just looked and kept walking. I'm literally dropping my umbrella and everything. They just keep on walking.
And I cannot blame them for that, because they had no way of knowing how a strange woman would react to being approached by a strange man. Honestly, it's best that they just played it safe and kept their distance. But a lot of women really want to be treated as equals until they're treated the same way that a lot of men are.
You're mad at men for adapting and minding their business, is what you're mad at. You're mad because you got online, you and your friends, and your mama and your grandmother too, talking trash. Oh, go get him, Annie. Ooh, kill him. Ooh, say what you need to say. Ooh, auntie at her big age, still talking to these men. It don't matter what age you are. You can still say what you want to say and do what you want to do. You still bad. 60 is the new 40. Ooh, 40 is the new 15 and all that other nonsense. And then when a man says, oh, okay, go ahead with your bad self, young lady, then all of a sudden it's a problem.
What value is he bringing at any capacity if he's not helping solve issues? Like, why are you here if you can't help me?
He may not be able to solve your problem right now, but he might in 6 months or a year. And the problem with women is they want the man that can solve all the problems right now. And they're not even that man's responsibility. What does a man look like solving your problems when he's dating you and 3 other people trying to figure out who his woman is about to be? That's why men don't want to commit today, because men think that women expect them to do everything for them when there's no level of, I don't even know you yet. You want me to pay your bills, solve your problems, show up for you, feed your kids. You got this long laundry list of things that you expect a man to be, but what do you have to offer him other than sex? You aren't nurturing. You aren't kind. You aren't trying to expand his vision. You aren't trying to fit inside of his vision. You can't check your tone. You aren't submissive to him. So all of these things that you're asking for, you're not qualified for. You could ask, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you land on the stars, right?
Girl.
But also, I think that it's really important that we as women understand that a man's job is not to solve our problems. That's not his job. I even think that men have now started to believe that their only job is to make sure everyone around them is happy. And that is to a detriment of the man and a detriment to society. Because if more men were looking to the fact that I need to have leadership, for me to have clear vision, for me to take action, for me to be kind and compassionate, and yes, get to the bag too, and yes, be in my masculine energy, that's what creates a healthy home. It's not just monetary value.
How old are you?
35.
36.
Today, I just turned 35 actually.
That's her birthday today. How long have you been together?
Since I'm 16, so...
20 years.
Yeah.
20 years?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
How do you even keep a relationship together for that long?
I mean...
Consistency, and we got to make it happen for us and also for our family.
Communication. We have 3 kids together.
You have 3 children?
Yes.
And been married for like 13 years. Wait, so you're married too? Yeah. 13 years married? Sir. Did you guys meet in America?
No, friends.
We met in France. But why do you think so many couples struggle to make it work? Go ahead.
They quit too easily, I guess.
They don't like to fight.
Yeah.
It's I mean we got one thing, we say love is bigger than anything, and also you got to, let's say love is like
kind of faith for us.
It's not easy, but you have to work for it, you know?
Yeah.
It's not easy, you know? You have to communicate it a lot.
Yeah.
So what was the hardest challenge that you faced in the last 20 years of being together?
A lot of challenges.
A lot. The distance too.
Long distance.
Long distance, because we have to deal for 2 years. I've been in the U.S. and she was back in France, and we found my daughter and her, so that was a challenge.
And there was no infidelity or
Not from
anything
my
that you
side.
faced?
Not from me. No.
Same, man. Same.
I don't. Why?
It's not necessary. It's not important.
Men need to stop saying things like, what do you bring to the table? Hello, look at me. What do you mean, what do I bring to the table? First of all, look at me. Look at my social media. Look at what I do in the world. Read my writing. I bring so much to the table that the table broke. It broke under the weight of all that I put on the table, that I brought to the table. Not to mention, like, the things I do on top of the table. It's not just me. It's like all the women I know. Not only are we bringing everything and more to the table and being hot while doing it, we are the table.
The question, what do you bring to the table, honey, was actually, what do you bring to the table that men care about? Okay. And maybe, yeah, the fact that you're an attractive woman. Okay. That's one little check in your box. That, by the way, gets negated if your personality sucks. Just letting you know. The rest of it, I didn't hear one thing that you brought to the table that men actually value. Are you loyal? You devoted? But what actually do you bring to the table that guys care about?
As a gay man with a lot of girlfriends, the two most common complaints I hear from my single friends is, one, that apps have ruined dating because guys never go up to girls anymore to ask them out, which they think is cool if guys have the confidence to go up to them. And the number two thing that they complain about is that it's creepy when guys go up to them because they're just trying to have a fun night with their girlfriends out at the bar. So do with that information what you will, and good luck in the dating world.
Thank you. Sincerely do appreciate that. Men know this. Men have been knowing this for a long, long time. These modern women talk out of both sides of their mouth. Modern women really think that men are here for their entertainment, just to stare them in their face, just to wait for them to say, okay, give me more validation. Give me more attention. Come on. Good boy. I'll give you a treat if you give me more validation. What's the treat? Nothing. Nothing is a treat. You get to hear me say, oh, good boy. Because you should be happy that I even gave you a quote unquote home. You're living on borrowed time. They treat men like dogs. They treat men like men should be happy. Oh, I fed you, quote unquote, this morning. Fed you by being here in your presence. Fed you by being here in your presence. I gave you, I was gracious enough to come here and sit here with an RBF and all. I didn't say thank you. I didn't have a smile on my face. I wasn't pleasant the entire time, but it's still a win for you because you got to hang out with the likes of me. What loser would say that?
Equal treatment for women!
Equal treatment for women, except we're getting charged with a crime.
What?
Well, men generally get harsher prison sentences than women. That's not fair.
Okay. Equal treatment for women, except we're getting charged with a crime!
And when playing sports and fighting. Well, men and women shouldn't play sports together because men are physically stronger than women. It's not fair. It's not fair. Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Equal treatment for women, except we're getting charged with a crime and playing sports and fighting!
And paying for dinners and buying drinks and getting drafted into the military and doing dirty jobs. Come on. Okay, guys, I got a better idea. Let me just 1 second.
Treat us like women! Treat us like women! Treat us like women!
So she locked him out of his own car, and then when he asked her to open the door to his car, she said no because she's scared.
Because I'm scared.
Then what are you in his car?
Okay. I know you see it. I'm not hiding it. Scaring me.
My car is not even your car.
You're scaring me. I'm scared.
Get the fuck out of his
I don't
car.
know getting out. When you calm down, I'll get out.
Are you kidding me?
Don't you gotta go do something? No. When you calm down, I'll open the door. You're scaring me. Okay. I'm gonna text you.
I can't stand to see how entitled they are and that they do to men, and they expect men to just accept that. She was underneath the comment section saying, well, I don't care what he wanted. I'm going to do what I want. If you're scared, get the f out and go about your business. Why are you even with him if you're scared of him? Why not call the cops so they can get you out of the car and you can leave? No, she sat there, she recorded the guy and acted like she was in the right. Then she has the audacity to be bragging about it in her comment sections. I swear the entitlement that these ass female have is just beyond me. And they're allowed to do these things.
Never going on a coffee date, have never gone, will never gone. I don't know why somebody would even ask me to go on a coffee date. I don't give coffee. Like, it vibes, like it's just not a thing. I think if you like approach a woman, you got to come correct and you have to shoot your shot all the way. To me, coffee just seems like I'm kind of not sure. I don't know. And that's okay for someone to not be sure. But then it's like, don't approach me if you're not sure.
I just feel like it's not fair to judge someone off of the coffee or the dinner versus their character, like who they are, like the energy they bring to you.
But I'm not, but that's what they're like leading with. That's what they're displaying for me. So like, it's not a judgment. It's just, that's just not for me. It's like, that's great. You could be a great person. It's just not for me. Like, I'm sure you've met many amazing women that are great women. They just weren't for you.
Can I ask men a serious question?
Why men scrolling past without giving me a chance?
And where's the men that don't cheat?
Guys, I have to speak my truth. I never want to live with a man.
Men love telling women, that's why you're single, that's why you don't have a man.
Do I want a man? Yes. Do I really want a man? No, not really.
Where are my good men? Where are the good men at?
I'm just trying to figure out, when did these so-called men...
I have a question. What happened to men like actually doing stuff for women?
I miss having a husband, and I miss my husband. I don't want just any husband. I want my husband. Mine. Miss mine. I miss mine. Mine. I don't know why. I'm really stuck. No, you guys are sick of this. You guys are so sick of this. I don't blame you. I don't know how to replace my husband. I don't know how. I'm lonely. I'm sad. I miss my family.
I wish we'd go back to when guys are just always walking up to you when you're out. Like, could you imagine? Oh my gosh, if you're like at the grocery store, at the gym, they're like, hi, I just couldn't help but say you're so beautiful. Like, I'd love to take you out sometime if you're single. If they were like good looking, I'm like, can we go back to those times? But
oh, no shit. So we figured it out, boys. All you gotta do is be good looking. You gotta be hot. If you're hot, you can go right up to him and talk to him. She just cracked the code for all of us. Thank you so much for that. That's a really big help. Your caption literally says, why don't guys ask us out anymore? Maybe it's because you just keep confusing the out of all of them. Like, oh, I want you to come talk to me if you're hot. How am I supposed to, like, that's objective. Do you know how many guys I know that are like really super good looking dudes that don't think they're good looking? Or how many guys I know that are uglier than sin but like think they're super hot? I do think there's a good takeaway from this video. I do think it is important that you do your best to try and be as attractive as possible in a healthy way. So hitting the gym, taking care of yourself, hygiene, all that does help. It does matter. So do that and then just, I guess, figure it out. I don't know.
These women think that they're in a movie. That's what they think. They think that they're in some sort of Hollywood Casanova sort of thing, to where you got the music playing in the background and it's just and nonsense over and over again. That's what they think they are. They're expecting a man to just come up and, y'all know those commercials where you have, it's really medicine commercials is what it is, where you have the star of the commercial, and sometimes the commercial is like really, really bright, and the person is like walking down the walkway, like it's very set up and it's very centralized. So all of the focus or the spotlight is on that one person. And that person busts out the door and like they come out and spinning and twirling and dancing because they took the medicine and the medicine has made them so happy. And then at the end of the commercial, everybody's in the background as their backup dancers, but they're in the front dancing and doing all of that stuff. And then they come in with the side effects, right? This may cause constipation, diarrhea, this and that. That's what these modern women remind me of. They want to be in these types of commercials without the side effects. Will just come up and give me my validation. Come up and boost my ego. Come and tell me I'm pretty even though I don't like you. And that's going to blow my head up. And then I'm just going to be able to bust out the door and dance and spin and twirl. And then when I get to the end of the commercial, I'm doing my dance with all of my backup dancers, which is all you simps behind me. And y'all are going to give me that validation over and over again every single day. The side effects that I'm going to be online talking about how you're a bridge troll, talking about get away from me, you're harassing me, talking about why can't I find a man that I like. All of these ugly guys come up to me knowing that I'm out of their league. The side effects are a big head, pride, full of yourself, being even more of a terrible person than you already are. So no, men are not going to come up to you knowing that those are the side effects.
I like men that spend money on me and don't bother me. I don't like men that only spend money on me when they're in my presence. This guy just called me and asked me what I was doing tonight and if I wanted to go out. I don't have an issue with going out tonight. I'm dressed. I'm about to go out with my friends. My issue is he's only going to spend money on me if he's there. Because he's always just trying to he's always like, are you hungry? Do you need anything? All this stuff. But if I ever say I'm hungry, he wants to pick me up and take me to dinner. Just send me the money. And it's the same thing for tonight. And I know that if he was to come, he would pay for everything and he'd make sure all my friends got home safe and he'd drive us everything. Even the guy that we're going out with, he would take care of him. But it's like, just send me the money and leave me alone.
Did you cook it?
No.
Did you have anything to do with this?
Yeah. I paid for it.
Well, suck it. Is that like what you're still doing?
God, you can't say that.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. I don't want any...
I'm an adult. I can do what I want.
It's disgusting. I want no part of this. And if you had any...
You don't have to have a part in it.
There's a reason your mother isn't even here. And you're lucky that I even showed up tonight.
Oh, God. You guys ruin everything.
As much as I want to stand with Pops, I can't stand with Pops because it's due to Pops that she's sucking on camera for Thanksgiving money. I'm all for it, you know what I'm saying? Look, I got the right shirt on, too. You know what I mean? Humble these, bro, but if old girl is doing the most on the post, that's because Pops wasn't doing what he's supposed to do, bro. Good fathers don't raise whores.
You are so selfish. I feel bad for any man to get with you because
please.
you are going...
I'm such a giver. Any man that knows I'm such
you're
a giver.
Let's talk about it. How do you give to your man?
In any way I can.
Any way you can? You buy him gifts? You take him on vacation for his birthday?
That's not yet. I haven't done that yet.
Why not?
Because it hasn't been offered. Like no one asked for that. That's like a man. That's masculine of me to be trying to.
I hate that.
If I was trying to,
it's another woman.
Take him on a vacation.
It's another woman who said that. She like that's masculine. Like, but you like vacations.
He doesn't want that.
You don't think
men don't want that type of things from women?
I do. Hey, for any woman out there,
yeah, but we have two different perspectives on life. Clearly, you want that.
I like vacations. Men like vacation. You don't think your man would be like?
Yes, but there's no man that is gonna be sassy enough to ask me to take him on a vacation.
Nah, he don't gotta ask you. You just from your thoughtfulness, like he likes vacation. He likes when we go. Let me surprise him with one.
Yeah, I mean, maybe one day, maybe for my husband.
If men started saying, I don't date single moms, the way that women say, I don't date broke men, would that be seen as preference or prejudice?
It will be seen as prejudice by some women, I imagine, but preference by men. But the answer is it's preference.
I feel like just because a woman has a baby, that doesn't mean it's the end for them. Like, if it didn't work out with their baby daddy, they still have a chance to find their person. I love when men take on women with babies. Like, I'm like, that's amazing.
I think it would be seen as prejudice, although I think it's fair. I think if you don't want to date someone who has a baby, whether you're a woman or a man, I think that should be your choice, and I think it's completely fair.
Why is it not seen as prejudice when women don't want to date broke men?
Because you don't want anyone to be leeching off of you. I think men and women should be completely equal as far as like how much they work and bring to the table, but the truth is like women do carry children, and if they have to be out of work for a while, then the men should be able to make up for that. So I would not date someone who's broke.
I would not be happy as just somebody's wife and having their kids. Like, there's just so much inside of me. And I decided I'm going to pursue this career that has no guarantee.
Based in the African American community, where our marriage rates are like 30%, they said by 2030 it's going to go down to the teens.
Yeah.
And so what I'm saying is that knowing that, how do we reverse engineer it? What you said is so true. A lot of African American women are out earning the male counterparts, and they feel like I can do bad all by myself, or I don't need you at all. So now women are saying, I don't just need a man that's a provider, because at first men were the providers. Now they're saying, I want something that men are less likely to give, which is emotional intelligence. Yeah.
When I was young, I was sold the Cinderella story. Like, oh, you meet somebody, Prince Charming. So I did what we recommend girls do. I went to college. I went to Hampton University, got into a relationship. After college, we got engaged. And I remember, it's so funny, my mother, everybody was happy. My daddy said to me, he was like, you are not ready to be anybody's wife. My dad knew. He said, you are so ambitious that you're going to have to give up everything of who you really are to be this man's wife.
Her father, who probably outside of her mother, knows her best. A father will know beyond the Disney fairy tale that creeped into her head about what marriage is or what it's about. A father would know if she has the behavior, the characteristics, the integrity, the morality to be that person, a wife in reality. Again, not in Disney.
He's going to work every day. I have no financial issues. Like, he has a reliable career, probably still has that job with that company at a higher level now. I moved in with him, so it was no extra bills. All I had to do was just get married and pop out some babies. And I said, this is not my life. This is not what God birthed me to become. Bet on me. And for a long time, I remember I used to think I chose my career over love. And the truth of the matter is, I didn't choose my career over love. I chose who I am. So I'm going to say, this is like 20 years ago. And it's like, okay, 20 years later, you're still not married. You're still not a wife. Would you make that same bet? Would you make the same decision?
Co-incoming.
Absolutely, I would. I would have made it a day earlier.
Is that a component of the falling marriage rate is because women are choosing themselves as opposed to choosing family. But the issue is, while choosing themselves, while they'll go on a path to increase the amount of money within their bank accounts, they're also losing some of the fundamental factors that men of substance, of value, find attractive. The feminists and their programs funded by the government have won because they've taken the psyche of young ladies like this, fed them lies in order to increase GDP, gross domestic product. Is this truly your nature, Kendra G, or were you nurtured into this?
Really, honestly, and truly revisionist history-esque. Some would say that I chose my career over love, and really, I chose myself. Your career, yourself. Really, honestly, and truly, if you want to go down that road, it's the same thing. You'd be selfish in your career. You'd be working all the time. He would get the worst parts of you. You would start making money. And if he wasn't making as much or more money than you, then he would be a bum. So directly, indirectly, it would tie to your career anyway. And because, really, honestly and truly, your career would tie to you. So both of those, you could use those interchangeably because you're a terrible person at work and outside of work, to be honest with you. Actually, you're a little bit more pleasant at work. You do what your boss is telling you to do, what your boss is asking you to do. When it comes to your husband, you're not doing any of that. So, honestly and truly, it's one and the same, in my opinion. You can say that you chose yourself, but honestly, a lot of these modern women are choosing to be selfish.
If a girl likes you, but also does not like you, then she likes you, but she doesn't like the fact that she likes you. Because if she didn't like you in the first place, she would like you. But now, because the girl doesn't like you, you find yourself in a situation where you like the girl, which the girl doesn't like because she likes you.
Just a married pregnant mom, but I still shaved my entire body for this concert just in case. If that wasn't disgusting enough, take a look at these comments. Are the chances low? Yes, but are never zero. So you're saying there's a chance. This is a married mother with a child. 33 weeks pregnant with twins, but that will not stop me. You got this, mama. Married woman with a baby on the way. Girl, my husband said you're 2 weeks postpartum. Why don't you just wear leggings? Excuse me, sir, you think leggings are appropriate attire for meeting my boyfriend for the first time? Funny thing is that she turned comments off for her video, but too late, sweetheart. I saw them, and now we've all seen them.
I know that people think this is a joke, and I know that people claim this is a joke, but what you're actually doing is obsessing over celebrities and causing a strain on your own relationship by your husband simply not being good enough. You're also publicly disrespecting your husband. And thirdly, you're lusting after another man. If you are a married woman, with child or without child, you are lusting over another man.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, the rumors are true. I am leaving my wife for a dancer, a stripper, and I don't care. Let me explain something to you guys, right? I've been married for over 15 years, and for the longest time, I didn't know that women enjoy to give their men back rubs, not on their birthdays and Christmas and things of that nature. I didn't know your woman goes in the kitchen and whips up recipes, and sometimes it might be a hit or miss, but she's trying. I didn't know your woman will come home from work and just start rubbing your feet and cleaning the house in lingerie. I wasn't getting none of that with my wife. Things that I asked for. And quick little story. My friend's birthday, and we heading out to Sue's Rendezvous in the Bronx, New York. And we head to a dance, a gentleman's club. And me and the young lady starts talking. I don't even exchange no numbers. She feels my vibe. I'm thinking she's trying to game me. But no, we hang out, and from day one, we hit it off. I ain't gonna lie to you. So, no, I don't feel like a sucker. My friends and family members are kind of mad at me right now, but I'm all about my happiness, and I haven't been more happy than since I've been with this woman. You know what I mean? So, yes, I left my wife. She has the house, and she gets alimony, and I'm still happy. So there's no love lost over here. She's angry, but I'm not. Women gotta learn to treat their man as if they're never gonna see him again. It goes both ways. I never cheated, nothing like that. But if I have to beg to get some kind of physical attention, if I have to beg to get some kind of like decent meal, if I have to beg for you to put on something sexy, then it's not gonna work. Okay? You have to like who likes you back. And this woman likes me back. And I don't gotta put up no effing funds at all. It's all a natural relationship. So people can say what they're gonna say, but I'm more of a firm believer of do what you enjoy and be around people who enjoy being around you. Okay? This is a different time in my life, and I'm enjoying this energy, and I'm not gonna stop.
This lady wrote, "First, I know I am a horrible, disgusting person for this. My boyfriend and I have been seeing each other for around 6 months. He has always been the strong, silent type, and it's honestly what attracted me to him. He has been my emotional rock and looked after me, and I loved feeling protected and like I had someone so manly and solid. This all started when for the 100th time, he came home from work and just seemed upset. Usually I ask him what's wrong and he says nothing, and I say he can always open up. Well, the other night for the first time, he cracked. He started to get emotional about his job and how he feels like he isn't doing enough in life, and how he worries something is wrong with him medically. He's on depressants and he doesn't think his medication is helping. I was completely shocked seeing him like this, and I began to comfort him, and it seemed like he was on the verge of tears. I held him, but as he got up to go and shower, he went for a kiss and I just leant back. This is going to sound horrible, but seeing him vulnerable and emotional completely repulsed me. I know it's wrong and I'm wrong and horrible, but seeing him in a moment of weakness made me just see him as not a man and was a turn-off romantically and sexually. Talking to a few other women, this is apparently not uncommon. I'm disgusted that I feel this way because my boyfriend doesn't deserve this, blah, 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 blah. That's why I said about women providing space, or this sense of you meet someone and you feel as a man, you feel you're safe, but are you ever truly, really safe?
I mean, we already know that. Quite honestly and truly, you don't really respect it, man, to be honest. You only respect his ability to make money. But when the man comes to you and says, hey, I'm not playing out here. My life is actually pretty tough. This is what I'm going through. I don't know if I like to hear about how tough it is. I don't know if I like to hear about how hard life is actually for a man. I don't know if I'm interested in that. What I am interested in is you bringing the check and giving me money so that I can go spend here and spend there and do this and do that. That's what I'm interested in, which most modern women are. So, I mean, if she breaks up with you, you break up with her, you're doing yourself a favor.
In a relationship, do you believe that the woman or the man is the prize?
I think both should be the prize. I think you're dating man or woman, you equally should always be striving to make that person feel like the prize.
Okay.
But as a woman, as a heterosexual woman, I would like to be thought of more as the prize.
Why do you think that you're the prize in a relationship?
Ooh, that's a great question. I don't know.
You gotta give me something to back it up.
Okay, so I think two things. I think the world has taught us that the woman is the prize, right? So I think if you're in a heterosexual relationship, that's the first thing. The world has taught us that men should chase the woman, which I don't always agree with, right? I don't know. I really, truly don't have an answer for you other than I think women are incredible, right? And I think we should be sought after, and I think we should be chased, and I think we should be pursued consensually and respectfully. But other than that, I don't know if I have a great answer for you, because I do think that like men also deserve to feel like in relationships that they are also pursued. I think that's what keeps a relationship alive.
Also, another reason why women is acting more like men nowadays is because is losing their masculinity. Y'all not giving us what we need. If you can't have control of the situation and you acting like a woman, how can we let our guard down and give you that
approach,
control?
y'all act like the man. Y'all masculine.
We need to be masculine until
No,
you
you
show
don't.
us.
Women don't.
Until
Incorrect.
you show us that
No,
you can be. Otherwise, we're not going to step into our femininity. Like
Femininity is not conditional. If you have a vagina, you should always be feminine. If I'm dealing with a man, I'm gonna be feminine regardless. If he is too soft or weak for me, I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm gonna move on.
Right.
But I'm not about to start acting like DMX.
But there has to be
Okay, so I don't know if this is petty or not, but a few years ago I decided to go on a girls' trip. Yeah. And I said, okay, to make things easier, like I'll put everything on my card and you guys just pay me back. So we booked this like almost 2 months in advance. And all I told them was, make sure you pay me back. Like, I don't like to think about money. I don't want to worry about it. I don't want to ask for it. Like, do the right thing and just pay your part, like, before we get there, so it doesn't make anything weird. And so, you know, the day of the trip finally arrives and not one person has paid me back yet. So I was like, okay, maybe when I see him in person, because we're all riding together, that, you know, they'll pay me back. So we get in the car. I don't say anything. Everyone's, you know, turned up, having a good time. Still nothing. I'm like, okay. So we're pulling into the hotel, and finally I was like, hey, y'all, like, no one paid me back yet. Like, it wasn't cheap. Like, just the room was over $2,000. Like, it was a suite. Like, it wasn't cheap. And I prepaid for like dinner reservations and like all the events that we were going to. Like, I paid for everything up front. And so they're like, oh yeah, we just got to go to the ATM. We got you. Like, all of them were on the same page. And I'm like, oh, okay, bet. But that works. That's fine. But I mean, I have Zelle or whatever, but it's whatever. So we get to the hotel, we check in, and still nothing. So we go downstairs, and she, one of the girls is like, you know, I want to go get something to wear for tonight. And so we go to the little mall. It's like everyone's shopping. Victoria's Secret, they're going to H&M. Like, still, no one has paid me my money back. So I was like, all right, bet. I'm not asking again. I'll ask once, and that's it. I'm not asking again. So that night I had reservations to this really, really nice spot. And so everyone gets super dressed up and we go to dinner, and like 20 minutes in, I'm like, hey, I'll be right back. I went back to the hotel room. I changed into some sweatpants. I packed up all my, went down to the front desk, and I said, I am checking out of room, blah, blah, blah. And no one's allowed in there because I'm the only name on the reservation. I canceled all the reservations that we had. I canceled all the events that we were going to. I took an Uber to the airport, rented a car, and drove my ass home. I don't know, is that petty?
Any man who tells you that his wife is a virgin, that is an autistic man. He married a bottom dweller bitch and held her up to be a thing of purity.
Let's do a quick assessment. You have his wife that is clearly in focus, and you have Akash out of focus, and look at this man's eyes. All hopes aside, I do hope somebody is checking on this man, because let me flip these photos over here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Posted a few hours ago, this man is not cross-legged on a Miu Miu store in Dubai, about to spend $40,000 on a t-shirt. Now for this woman who is ruining his career and his life. You couldn't even get his whole body in the frame? Is that how much that you don't care about this young man? Show him some respect. Hopefully someone is checking on this man. How you look like a random stranger in your wife's photos, right? Like, how do you look like a dark, shadowy figure about to attack in your own picture? Does she not look at this and see that he's bothered? You're like, but I guess a spoiled, privileged, entitled brat would never give it. So her behavior is absolutely par for the course.
She belongs to the street.
By the way, the comment underneath this post, I think nails it. Akash is so screwed. I can't believe his therapist encouraged him to work with this narcissistic princess. Seriously, I don't think that she actually even likes him, not even as a friend. Every single joke she made is to tear him down and humiliate her husband. Most men can only conceptualize that to a degree. Akash maybe likes this or has been Stockholm syndromed into liking this.
Gosh, like, please don't divorce me because my credit score is fucked up too, and it would leave me in a really bad position. But then I guess, like, I just would go to OnlyFans or something like that. And, like, it would even...
Hell you will.
It will even out.
She brags on this. She's never kissed him in public and stands on it. Oh. Even at their wedding.
Wait, what?
I can't watch! I can't watch! Akash essentially at 40 years old is having his high school relationship at 40. You know, and this goes to, you know, some of the experience within modern dating culture. Because again, I've said this. Akash 100 years ago would have been fine. He would have been fine. Right? But that traditional mindset no longer works in a modern society.
He would have been spending money. She might have been making jokes like here and there, but she would have definitely had his respect. I think the biggest thing for me is that she won't even kiss the dude in public. Like, what kind of disease does he have to where he can get down on one knee and you continually, multiple times deny the man trying to give you a kiss to celebrate? That's crazy work to me.